See the game more clearly with high-definition spectacle lenses from Norville Opticians.
I think Leicester have a few injury problems. Whether I'd say depleted is not necessarily the way I described it. I think when you look at their squad, the number of internationals that they still are able to put out last weekend, it shows the depth of the squad that they have, and I suppose in some ways it shows us the work that we still have to do in terms of bringing our players through to create a squad of the depth that they have.
Do you have to do your homework a little bit more on some of the players they've brought in if they're not quite household names? Because obviously there's a mix at the moment, isn't there, of sort of more established players and less established players with them?
We're at the stage now, I think every team's at the stage now, no matter who you're playing against, you've got to prepare as if you're playing against the best players in the world. And for us, we know what Leicester will bring, we know their strengths and weaknesses. And the challenge for us is, I suppose, after a little bit of the disappointment of last week's performance, is making sure that we are focused very much on ourselves, making sure the things that we need to do well, we do well, and have prepared accordingly.
Talk about disappointment of last week's performance there. How much has the last 15 minutes just sort of changed how you've approached this week and what you've done?
The scoreline, I think I said it immediately after the game. We've talked a lot throughout the course of the season about getting better and better. The more the coaches have the opportunity to work with the players, and we did feel we'd done that consistently. The first half against London Welsh, and I think there is some credit to London Welsh in terms of the way they put us under pressure defensively, but it was more a case of one of the things we pride ourselves on is how we turn up mentally and physically ready for what is always a confrontational game in the Aviva Premiership, and we just felt we were a little bit off the mark on Friday night. And look, I've no doubt getting back to Kingsholm, getting back in front of the support, in front of the shed, that will not be missing this weekend.
And especially against Leicester, just the name focuses the mind, doesn't it?
Leicester have been one of the most successful teams in not just in England but in Europe over the course of the last decade. We're all looking forward to it. It's going to be a huge challenge for us, and again will give us in the same way that we came away from the Northampton game having played one of the top teams, aware of what we needed to do. This will be another marker in terms of how far we've improved since the first game of the season.
And how much can you hope for an improvement this weekend if everything goes right and the mental approach is there right from the start?
We know that the quality of players that are in the squad, we know that they will get better and better, more game time as those combinations and partnerships develop. And despite last Friday night, Leicester coming to Kingsholm will focus the mind. The training, there's been an edge in training all week. I think we've trained very well, and we've prepared as you would hope and as you'd expect.